Hi, welcome to Autofulfill tutorial. And in this tutorial, we'll walk through each steps that is involved in using the Autofulfill software. So first, why do we use Autofulfill? Is so that we can automate everything related to our order management and fulfillment management. Let me explain what it means. So let's say you get an order and you have multiple vendors all over the world and in different locations. So you want Autofulfill to automatically send, without you intervening, automatically send each order when it comes automatically to the exact supplier. Basically split, let's say for example, a customer orders 3 line items in your order and 3 line items belongs to 3 different vendors or one vendor. And so it has to be sent to the particular vendor instantly. And Autofulfill does that. And not only that, Autofulfill also enables you to have the vendor see the information, and he or she can enter the tracking number. And once they enter the tracking number, it gets fulfilled. So for example, here this is an unfulfilled order, 1059, and it needs to be fulfilled. So which automatically is done. So completely automates your backend operation. So for that, there's a one-time step process that we need to do. And what's the first thing is that, how to select products from your store to send orders instantly to your vendor. So this is a one-time setup. So basically you have to link the products in your store to a vendor. So for example, let's see, this is a demo setup here, and you want to set up the first time. So first time, you want to add a vendor. So let's say, I just click that button, which is add a vendor, and let's give a name, test one or something, and you want to select the products. So there are 2 ways where you can select the products and link them to a vendor. So here, this gives you all the list in your current store. So for example, this is all the products in my demo store. So I can add them by clicking on them, and I can remove them by clicking on the right side. I can search for them, I can search by the name of the product, not by the vendor name. I can search by the name of the product. So let's say I have some gloves. So these are my gloves, and I can say I have a vendor for gloves, and I can add all this here. So for example, we'll come back to this later. This is the first method. The second method is a little more advanced and complicated, but this is very powerful though. So you can have conditions, like for example, I can add a condition saying I want to add by vendor name. I have given vendor name for each product. So let's say if I add, there's a vendor name called Motif. This is the vendor name. So anytime an order is placed and it contains a product that is linked to this vendor, it will automatically be sent there. So you can do that, and there's all conditions, which means you can add multiple conditions. It has to match all the conditions. Any conditions means it can match one of these conditions, and it will send that. So let's remove here, and there's other options like you can identify by SKUs or by product ID or tag and order tag. There's multiple ways. You can in fact add order tag or a customer tag or a product tag. And then you can have another more powerful search conditions here, which is like, starts with, contains, in comma list, not in comma. Comma list means like, you can have multiple vendor names, or so on. So just to keep it simple right now, we'll remove this, and we'll just select few products here. Let's say I have some gloves, and there's a vendor who gives me gloves, supplies gloves, and he ships those orders. So I select all of them here. So let's say I select all the glove products here, and then I have some bandanas, that I've listed. So let's say I'll click all that, I'll select all that. Just a few seconds there. Yes. So you see, these are the selected products. So anytime an order is placed which contains these products, it will be sent to this vendor. And we'll go to the next step, and we'll see what's the next step is. So the first step is selecting products from your store to send automatically to your vendor. So that's the first step. And this is, like I told you, this is the one-time setup process. You set it up once, it's completely magical. It's automated throughout. So anytime an order comes, you don't need to be involved in downloading or sending spreadsheets or just watching or anything. I'll show you how it works. So this is the first step. So before you go to the next step.